Hi everybody, and it's Invictus Elite Tuition, and today we're going to be going through the process of multiplying out brackets using the grid method. Other methods are available, but I think that the grid method has probably got some slight advantages, certainly if you're going to be doing algebra, and especially if you're going to be doing some more complicated bracket multiplication. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to show you what the situation is, what it looks like, which would mean you have to do bracket multiply. Then going to talk about a method to do it, how to do the grid method, and of course you'll get some practice. So what are we looking at? It's fairly easy actually. It's anything with a bracket in here, and I've got some nice easy stuff, 3 times x minus 3 in the bracket, right up to some more complicated things. And my last example in this video will be a slightly more complicated version. It's an extension piece just to show you how versatile the grids are. So hopefully stay around for that at the end. So what's the method? Well, the first thing we need to understand is what a multiplication grid is. Shouldn't be too complicated. I put numbers in, and if I want to work out what goes into this box, then I multiply 3 by 4 and I'll get, in this case, the answer 12. And importantly, I can't not get an answer, because if I don't work out some multiplication, then I'll have an empty box. So whereas F.O.I.L and lobster claw are two great methods of doing things, sometimes people can miss out the multiplications. With the grid method you can't, because if there's an empty box you haven't done the multiplication. So in this case we would fill in these numbers. So like the 48 is gained from 6 times 8. Okay, so that's the functionality of a multiplication grid. So we also need to understand that all of our answers sit inside the grid, and again that will become important shortly. Let's look at a nice opening question, 3 times x minus 3, and certainly when you start doing bracket expansion, this is where you start off. So what do? Well, I literally split apart my bracket from anything else that I've got. Then I form a grid. And now what I'm going to do is, in my case, I'm going to put the 3 into this vertical column. Then I'm going to split what's in the brackets up. So x goes in here, minus 3 goes in here. So that's everything split. And now I'm going to do the multiplication grid. So getting my answers into these boxes here, 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times minus 3 is 9, and that's it. And now what I do is I collect all of the terms, I gather all of the terms, and those are phrases and things you would have seen and read. I gather them together. Well, there's only one set of x's here, it's 3x, and there's only one set of numbers, it's minus 9, and that's it. That's what the expansion is. It's 3x minus 9. Okay, you'll go and you're going to do this, and pause the video now, give it a go, and then we'll see what the answer is. Okay, I am assuming you've had much fun. Split this, create the grid, put the 2 in, the x and the plus 5. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 5 is 10, into my solutions box, my answers box. How many x's have I got? I've just got 2. What numbers have I got? I've just got plus 10, and we are done. And that is it. It's as quick as that. How about if I have a double bracket? Well, it's not too dissimilar. I split the bracket, I form my grid. Now the 2x and the plus 2 from the first bracket I'm going to put into here. So there you go. And then the x minus 3, I'm going to split that. There's the x, there's the minus 3, and I'm ready to go. 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times minus 3, minus 6x. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times minus 3, being careful of the signs always, minus 6. There's where my answers are, and we're going to gather or collect terms now. How many x squareds have I got? I've just got 2x squared. How many x's I've got? Well, I've got 2x and I've got minus 6x. What do they gather together? What if I collect them, what do they become? Well, it becomes minus 4x, and then I finally got the number minus 6 at the end. And again, that's it. Right, you'll go. Again, pause. Okay, here we go. This is the answer. We're going to split my brackets for my grid. I'm going to put 5x and 3 down into the vertical column and x and plus 7 into the horizontal column. Do my multiplication, and those are the answers. I don't need to go over them, you can see what I'm doing. Gather terms, taking my answers from the answer box. 5x squared, there we go. 35 and 3x, 38x, and 21, and that's it. So just making a note here, we did 5x plus 3, x plus 7, and that's sort of the end of the video, but here's the extension piece coming up. So I've copied all of this onto my next slide, and you'll see that I'm now doing a triple bracket, but we have already done the 5x plus 3, x plus 7 bit, and we got that answer. So what do I do? Well, what I do is I'm now, because I've done the first two brackets, and that's what I would do, I'm now reintroducing x minus 2, but I'm going to multiply it against now this quadratic 5x squared plus 3x, 38x plus 21. That didn't come out right, did it? 5x squared plus 38x plus 21. And I'm going to split those two. I just split the bracket away from the other thing I want to multiply. For my grid, I'm going to transfer up my 5x squared, splitting that into columns. I'm going to transfer down my x and my minus 2, and now I'm going to do the multiplication. And again, I'm not going to go through all of those, but those are the multiplications that are required. And you can just pause those and check them if you want. And then I'm going to gather terms. So I've got, what cubes have I got here? I've got 5x cubed. What x squareds have I got? Well, 38 minus 10 gives me plus 28x squared. What x's have I got? I've got minus 55x, and then I've got 42 at the end. So really versatile. And just to reiterate, even in that really complicated expansion, because I had to fill in every box, I couldn't miss out a term, and I gathered it together at the end. And so you're really, it's like a safety net for you. Okay, that has been a quick introduction to the grid method. I'm putting up some links here to other videos that you might find of use, and leave comments, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it.